were cups I actually messed up on. So I figured they can totally be fixed. So I'm throwing a thin layer of epoxy on each. The one that I'm putting epoxy on now, I figured I'll do a nice chunky opal from Glitter Zoo. And it's called Dashing Through the Snow. Right now I'm just spreading the epoxy evenly. All you need is a very thin coat. Whenever you mess up a cup, don't throw it in the checkered bucket just yet. Sit there, think, see if there's something else you could do with it. Alright, I'm on to my second cup. Just spreading a thin layer of epoxy. I'll let that one spin for a little. This one I'm going to use Slug Life from Glitter Zoo as well. It's actually a gorgeous color shift chunky mix. So just bear with me while I get epoxy on these two tumblers. We're almost done with this one. I just got to cover the bottom. Okay. The bottom looks pretty coated. I'm just going to go over this tumbler one more time to make sure I didn't miss any spots. And you see how much of a mess up this one is? Watch how we're going to transform it. Okay. I'm going to go back now to this tumbler. I'm going to take a piece of parchment paper. Just catch the glitter underneath. I don't know if you guys can see. This is what I'll be using on the first tumbler. It's called Dashing Through the Snow. These are old bottles, but it's a chunky mix opal. So now what I'm going to do is just sprinkle this all over the tumbler. And this color is such a gorgeous opal. It really brings out all the colors underneath of it. Nothing covering. I still got to take it off the spinner to do the bottom. Now I'm going to coat the bottom. Okay. A little tappy tap to get any loose glitter off. And then also go around the top and rub my fingers to get any of the glitters that are hanging off. To either push them down or get them off completely. Take a few spots. Just want to do one more coat as it's spinning to make sure every spot is covered. Alright. Tap, tap, tap. Get the loose glitter off. Rub my finger again. And after I'm done with the second tumbler, I'll show you guys how to get all the chunky pieces laying down flat. Because that's what you really want. You'll use less epoxy when you put your first coat on. And, And, you'll have less sanding to do in the long run. Now, the color we're going to go with on the second cup is Slug Life. It is a gorgeous color shift, which I'm sure the camera doesn't do it any justice. So that's what we're going to put on this tumbler today. I'm going to let it change now. And all I'm going to do is sprinkle this over the entire tumbler. See, and it covers my mistakes. My acrylic paint was like clumping. I think it's old. And actually like flaking off. So I said instead of just putting this in the strip pile to get the acrylic paint off, I could totally use an opaque glitter and just cover it up. So that's what we're doing here today. And you just want to cover your entire tumbler until you don't see any white spaces. And with not even having a base coat, and you saw the funky design that was on it. This covers pretty well. You can't see my funky design anymore. Now I'm going to take this off so I could do the bottom. And also so you guys can see. I don't know if you can see the color shift. Let me do the bottom now. Now I'm just really paying close attention to the edges. And on the bottom too, because it's still a little bit icy white. Put this back on. Stand this back up. I want to reuse these pieces of parchment paper. I think I took some glitter off this now. In. I'm just going to reuse the parchment paper now. I'm making a mess over here. That's why I like the bigger bottles better. Now basically, I'm just going to wrap the tumbler. You can do it now, you can wait for your epoxy to set for a little, but I never remember to come back to it. So that's why I do it right after I apply the glitter. So that every piece is laying down flat. And yup, I get a few pieces up there. Perfect. Every piece of glitter on this tumbler is laying down flat now. Okay. Great. Love it. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing for this tumbler. Okay. With the same piece of parchment paper I had laying under it. Make sure I get the bottom and the edges. Oh. And there you have it. How to fix 2 crappy tumblers and make them look into something really nice. Let's see if I can extend you guys to show you. Ooh, you went down too far. Look at this tumbler. That one back there. Alright guys, so with this video, you learned how to, if you had a crappy cup, how to fix them, throw in some gorgeous glitter, and they're good to go. You also learned how to epoxy and glitter an entire chunky tumbler. And you also learned how to get all the pieces to lay flat. Alright guys, thank you for tuning in. See you soon.